another couple minutes, 2 minutes. Kind of the southwest corner of the fire. We'll just kind of do a diagonal up and down. Yeah.
Four people. Come in and say hi. Give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Thought I'd come on for a few minutes and just talk to you about what's going on with the fires right now. Hey, Nana Patty. Hey, Val. How are you? Hi, Irene. Well, just like I thought, they didn't get it contained, and there's houses that they were just able to save it up into their backyard, and they were able to get the helicopters up. But now the concern is all the spot fires that are happening. The wind isn't bad, thank God, right now, but the spot fires now are threatening houses, because what happens is the embers fly over and then they get into a little area and then they start to create and those fires are next to houses. So this is their new battle that they're trying to take care of. And the winds right now aren't so bad, but tonight they're supposed to flare up again. And in some of these houses, again, there's only one way out. So they're not of the woods. See where these houses are? I mean, one of those flames were right in the backyard, and I thought, oh my God, that house is going to go up. And here comes this helicopter, I mean, just with such precision, right along looked like the back window of the house and where it was on fire, and they were able to get it out. The air quality right now for me is still okay. I just don't know what this is going to look like. I swear I don't. But they laid retardant on all the houses that were right against the flames that were coming up on the hill. So that causes the fire not to be able to get to particular houses. The fire retardant is, it's something else to clean up because it's sticky. But I'd much prefer having that than to sweep up ashes. You know what I mean? Thank you, Mary. Hi, Sandy. Yeah, it's, I knew last night looking at it, I thought, I can tell it's going to get worse. You can just tell by I know it sounds weird, but you can almost tell by, I don't know how to word it. It's going to sound weird, but it's almost like the flames, they get more angry looking. And I know that probably makes a bit of no sense to the majority of you, but I could just tell. And then today, when I was up against those houses, I thought, oh my God, I mean, those flames are so ugly. There's different colors that they become. First they're kind of a palish orange type. There goes the plane with the retardant. It's like a palish, well, I'm trying to see if there's any, I can't yet, but it's like a pale, see, they're taking water out of that pool. A pale yellowish, but then it gets a darker orange, and then it gets like a blackish, orangish red. The blackish orangish red is when it is like awful. And that's what I was seeing this morning. So what we have to pray for now is that those winds don't, and they're saying they're going to pick up tonight, but I hope they're wrong. And right now it's hot here, it's like 80. And as long as those winds stay calm, I think they'll be able to keep more of a handle. If those winds start to change at all and, get stronger, it's going to start throwing those embers. And there's so many houses, you can't see it right now, but there's so many houses right now that are so close together. It'll be just like it was in the Palisades. It'll be exactly the same thing where it's just going to go from one to the other. Oh, this is so sickening. I'm so tired of it. They just got to pray that those houses don't get hit. And they're doing everything they can right now, the firemen are. It's all up to Mother Nature, what's going to happen. But look at all that smoke. That smoke is still colored. We don't want to see that. But when it becomes completely white, that's a good thing. But you don't want that orange and black in there. I wake up. You were watching last night, Sandy? Yeah, that was fun, huh? Thank you, Peggy. Thank you, Hope 33. So what are you guys doing? Yes. Definitely pray for all the firefighters. God love them. Yeah, a little bit better too, I think, Sandy, right? Oh, thank you, Irene. We still have Miss Snore over here. Some things never change. I have got nothing done to you guys. I am completely, almost emotionally paralyzed. You know what I mean? It's like I can't get my mind to wrap around too much else because everything is changing so fast. I don't know. It's just like, God, can you please get these out so they'll quit kicking up? But there's people that are starting these fires, you guys. Now, this one, they're not sure. They're up back and forth. First, they said they thought a car started it, but then they're saying that there were homeless down in the ravine where they think maybe they started it. And again, I don't necessarily think if they're homeless, they're going to start it on purpose because they're defeating their own purpose. I mean, if they started deliberately, well, they're going to burn out where they're staying. But it could be where they were trying to stay warm. You know what I mean? Which they don't want to start burning anything in that area because you can see what happened. Oh, yeah, that'd be great, Sandy, if you watch. There's some really good videos, my older videos. Like I have a lot of good Easter. I'm going to do some Easter DIYs, hopefully to God, because Easter isn't until April, I believe, this year. But yeah, I have some really good ones there. Yes, my kids are safe, Peggy. So I gotta go back and see what's going on. Oh, you're gonna take a nap? Oh, good. What, you got a cough? Did you get the flu, Nana Patty? I talked to Lisa. I texted her and she texted me back. Not today. Right after her dad passed. But I'm kind of leaving her alone right now because, you know, I know that she's family and everything. His funeral was Monday, wasn't it? You were making a grocery list? Yeah, I got a grocery shopping too, but I don't feel like it. I have my heart appointment Friday, so I'll probably do all my errands that day. When I know I have to go out to do something, that's when I usually do it all at once. So I'll probably do that, then go to the grocery store. I'll go to Dollar Tree by the doctor because they have a nice Dollar Tree by my doctor. And yeah, that's probably what I'll do. I got to take that printer in because I can't, it's not opening correctly. It's like locked. Not the one I got. I had to get, my inkjet died, so I had to get a different one. And it doesn't open. Can you hear her? It doesn't open correctly, so I'm going to take it back to where I got it and have them look at it. So I might take that with me Friday and then do that too. I don't know. I just pray to God these are done and they're not. Okay, see the way this smoke looks right now? That still doesn't look good. You see the way there's so much orange in the when they out where you can really see a lot of those a lot of that smoke. Look how mean that. Okay, do you see what I mean? How ugly that fire is right now? How red? It's that deep blackish red. That is an angry fire. It's different than the look of a fire when it first starts, where it's just kind of a palish yellow. This is very, when I say angry, I mean it's extremely hot. Extremely hot. And those embers that fly from that are just as angry. And when they start throwing and going into areas, that's where you're getting your spot fires. And your spot fires, then they begin to grow. And then it becomes this, you know, raging fire. And then you've got all these houses right here. All of that you can see are houses. And they're so close together, all it takes is just one of them. And then they just start going from one to the next, just like in the Pacific Palisades. Thank you, Peggy. Love you too. Hi, Elman. You had a grilled cheese and oh, I love grilled cheese and pickles. I also like grilled cheese and tomato. Oh, you had an ear infection, both mouths are, ooh. No, I haven't. I've had coffee. Yeah, yogurt might help. Yeah, let's call her Miss Snores. He's at work, Irene. No, it's not. It's not, Elman. This one that we're looking at right now, this fire, because this is live. This is going even further away from me. This is kind of where my daughter that passed away, Tanya, she was kind of in this area. I mean, I know a lot of people that live in and around all these areas that you've seen. And my son, and both my sons, Jeremy and Jason, they know a lot of people that live in these areas. You need breathing treatment just watching it, yeah. Hi, Shannon, how are you? Yeah, come on in and enjoy the nightmare with us. sick of this. It just angers me. And it angers me to know that some of this was done by humans deliberately. So, okay, there's a spot fire. You see that right there where you see that little bit? And over here? Okay, and that's what starts to rage up in time. And that's what you don't want. I like seeing that white. Okay, see how the smoke is white over here, but then you come over here and it's more of the, you can still see the yellow and the orange in it. You want to be all completely white, and then that makes you feel good. God, it's so smoky. How the heck are they able to see? And that's the other thing. When those helicopters, can you imagine flying through that? I mean, these helicopters are having to fly through all of this smoke. You know, I mean, God bless them. That's all I'm going to say. Right now, they're putting water on that house. The fire trucks are, you see that? They're putting, there's men walking through because they're trying to keep water on that house, which tells me the fire's getting close to that one. Yeah, you can see it. Yeah, go to nap, Nana Patty. Hope you feel better. Love you too. Yes, they are angels, Irene. I'll tell you what, you start seeing those flames and you see those helicopters going over and you see those retardant planes going over. They are angels. They truly are. And then on top of it, yeah, they are not showing it right now. But anyway, all the firefighters, like, oh, you know, the ones that are going to school to be firefighters and firefighters, but they're going from the top of that terrain and they're holding on to ropes. Oh, it's flared up again. Damn it. They're flaring. Crap, I'm looking at this and yeah, the guys are there flaring. The guys are holding on to ropes and they have equipment and they're trying to do their job, and they go all the way down. It's very steep terrain. I mean, it is steep. And imagine trying to keep your footing and trying to still use equipment that you're trying to use with, you know, dirt to move some of the vegetation. I mean, it's crazy. It's just nuts. Well, maybe now they'll start doing backfires again. Start getting down some of this vegetation so we don't have this nightmare. Hi, pussycat. Shit, Daveda. Water down. Coming back in to get water, I think. You were thinking about what to crochet? Oh, no, Sandy. See, and that's what I was saying last night. Where are they going to put all of it? I mean, you've got to imagine there's hundreds of homes that have been decimated. I mean, it's nothing but just not ash, but still pieces of wood, pieces, you know, wash machines, of stoves, of fireplaces that are still standing, iron gates. I mean, all this stuff. Where in God's name do you put it? You know, I mean, it's so much. I don't know. It just blows my mind. I can't hardly wrap my mind around it, of all that still has to take place. you know, the grocery stores, the gas stations, banks, you name it. I mean, anything you can think of in these areas that have burnt to the ground, all of that has to be taken out or it can be cleaned up, flattened. See the retardant? Look at that. They put all that retardant so the flames won't come up to that area, because you see how all that vegetation is right next to that house? Had they not done that, well, the reason they did it because the flames started to come up. That is going to take them a long time to get that fire retardant. You know what, if it was me, I'm telling you, I'd probably leave it on the roof. But just for a little bit of safekeeping, that's what you want. But it's just so sticky and hard to get off. Oh, that was so reminiscent. A couple months ago when we were going through it right here. God bless them. Oh, it's going to take years, Sandy. And then where do the people go? Okay, now think about it. It's going to take years for this to take place. So you have to go somewhere to stay. Your kids got to go to school. If you have kids, you got to get yourself acclimated to another area. Okay, so it takes years. Well, for some, once they go to another area and they've lived there for a few years, then a lot of them might start to grow a life where they're at and they won't back. You know what I mean? So the one place, are you still there? I just had a phone call. I let it go because I think it was a, what do you call it? Somebody, I don't know, I can't think. Anyway, where was I? Can you guys still hear me? Let me know. Okay. Okay, good. Yeah. So then, you know, the place that they lived, the place that they loved, like there was a couple people that had just moved in there months prior and were so excited. Well, then it burns down and you're like, well, okay, crap, now what? You know, so then you got to go somewhere else. It'll take years. That's it. It's just going to take years. And people that, you know, have lived there, there was one woman that lived there since well, and she's elderly now, right? By the time they get this rebuilt, I mean, I hate to say it, but who knows if she's still going to even be here. So everything that she's loved her whole life and known her life has been taken. You know, I mean, the whole thing stinks. Hi, Gigi62. How are you? How are all your animals? You know, I'd either share. And after that, I don't know that I would go back. I really don't. Because there were people, for instance, in Malibu, that they had gone through a fire, and this fire was back, gosh, I can't remember. I can't remember if it was in the early 2000s. I think it was. And not as devastating as this one. This one is historic. There has been no fires like these right here ever in California. But people did rebuild, and it happened again. Okay, if I rebuild and it happens again, I'm not going back. It's like, okay, all right, you trying to tell me something here? Today, Irene, it showed, I'll have to find it again and send it to Florida, but it's the firemen are on foot, right? And they're sitting in their trucks, and there's some of them, you know, out walking around. All of a sudden, this steer, okay, a bull, I mean, with these huge horns, comes at them, and oh my gosh, they couldn't believe it. I mean, because these animals are going to be coming out from everywhere. I mean, what are they going to do? They're trying to get away too, you know? But I mean, it was kind of funny to see that steer coming at them. Didn't hurt them. I mean, they all, got out of its way, but. Yeah, I'm seeing this everywhere. It's crazy. Oh yeah, pussycat. Some of these, I believe definitely was. And I think we're going to see that. I can't remember how many was it? Was it 24 that they got as far as being caught starting to commit arson? And some of them, it showed this one guy. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It showed this one guy, and he got like dried kindling, okay? And he had a pile of it, and it showed him lighting it. And I don't know how someone else knew, but apparently somebody was watching him or something, or a camera got a hold of it. Anyway, whatever, this one just flared up. Got a hold of whatever the camera or the person saw, and they got him and, took him to jail to, put out the fire because it was still small enough. My point being, there's some more of these idiots around that are doing this, but people aren't seeing them until it's gotten bigger to where they can't just put it out. There's a spot fire. You see that little bit of flame right there? Yeah, he's panning in on it. That's a spot fire. So they need to get over there and get that taken out so it doesn't start trailing towards those houses. Because I'm so sick of this. Oh, thank Kenny for me, would you? He's so nice, isn't he? 34. That's right, pussycat. Can you believe that? Think about that for a minute. You're seeing this crap. I think I'll put another one up for good measure. You son of a... Oh, God. I hope that they throw everything at them and they don't get out. Because some of them now have deaths on their hands because they're finding more and more people as they go in to try to investigate each house and see what's going on. They're finding people. And then to top it off, God, I just sat there and cried this morning. I just cried and cried. I mean, because I followed this lady on TikTok. Well, she's on Instagram. I don't know if she's on YouTube. I think her daughter. Anyway, I've been following her for quite some time now. And her name is Deborah Fink. If you want to go to TikTok or Instagram, anyway, so I've been following her. She was like an angel. No joke. Stage 4 cancer. She's had it 5 years. Cancer of the heart. And time started growing more and more close to her passing. So hospice came in, and this one, she has 3 sets of twins, and her youngest daughter has been by her side through this whole thing, and especially in the last few months. And so this wedding, bridal shop, I should say, sent out wedding dresses so she could try on wedding dresses so her mom could see them, to see what she would look like as a bride. Heartbreaking. She passed away this morning. I thought, son of a bitch. If any more is going to happen right now, damn, I was heartbroken for her family. Heartbroken. Because she had such a good attitude through her whole deal with what she was going through. I mean, I've never seen anybody so... It made you feel bad to ever complain about anything. And things that go on in the internet and social media is bullcrap compared to when you see what this woman was going through and had a smile on her face. And then to wake up and think, because I would, every day I would, look to see how she was, and because they would post most days. And when I saw that today, I thought, okay, all right, here we go. Just something else. Oh, thank you, Sandy. Look at the Easter ones. I think you'll like those. I think I have a playlist on a lot of that. Thank you, Tolbert, and thank you, Canada. Boy, I'll tell you what, when we see those planes coming in from Canada and skimming that ocean, getting water. Yep, there it is. It's flaring up. It's all new. This isn't re-recorded. This is happening right as we're looking at it. Getting angrier and angrier by the minute. Doggone it. Oh, see, Canada brings in those planes too. The Lincoln wild animals eating food left on the sled for them. And people are putting water out for them where they're still staying. Where they're still staying. Oh, yeah, I guess where they're still staying. Yeah, where they haven't been evacuated yet. Or when they're evacuated, they'll put out food and big buckets of water for the wildlife. I know, Pussycat. I mean, I can't believe people could be so evil. I can't. It just is mind-boggling to me. Look at him, God bless him. It's just so maddening, Yep. Oh, about the animals, Irene, there's something on there you were talking about to watch about the animals. And I mean, when you think about it, when these guys get up in these planes to do what they're doing, I mean, their lives are at risk too. I mean, imagine what they're looking at when they are up there looking at these flames. They have this stupid look, one right after the other, planes coming in to help God. And look, you can't really see him because of the smoke. God bless him. God bless him. Look how he's going all over the place. Well, God love you. But they're risking, and like I was going to say, that idiot with the drone that hit one of those Canadian planes, here this guy's coming over to help, or girl, I don't know if it was a girl pilot, guy pilot, whatever. But nevertheless, I mean, he could have died, or she could have died. That plane could have crashed, I mean, Oh, it drives me nuts to think people, oh, it just drives me crazy. But they think they have a handle on who it is. And I don't know that they're saying yet, but you better believe he's going to go, bye-bye. See you later. Okay, see, they put that retardant there. Get up, Angie. Little old woman, I have to move around. See, that's coming up closer. Oh, no, it's commercial. So what are you guys going to have for dinner? I got to be true to myself and ask. I made chicken last night. I think I told you guys. I'm just going to have that tonight. Anyone read the Frank Ruby daughter book on her channel? She's no, I haven't. Peggy the other night. That we will. The animal link of the birds and squirrels eating, nice to have on. Oh, you know what I watched? Oh, look. You know what I watched last year? And I don't know if they're getting ready to do it again, is the bald eagle, when she's sitting on her eggs and they put a live camera up in the nest, and it's in Big Bear, California. And it showed how she sat and sat and sat on the egg. And then the male would sit on the eggs. They take turns. And then one would go get food for the other would come back, sit on the eggs, vice versa. Okay, so this went on, quite a few weeks, actually. Well, they didn't make it. And it broke my heart. It never fertilized, or whatever you call, how you say it. So anyway, I saw something about a week ago and I thought, oh, are they starting again? But I haven't. It all came up and, well, you know the rest. But, okay, what is this now? Super tanker. It's a super tanker. Wow. Anyway, that's cool to watch. When I saw what you just posted, it made me think of it. It was so cute how they both would work at it, you know. The male would come in, he'd sit, and it would snow, and God love him, the snow was all over him, all over him. And they would just hunker down on those eggs. And then she'd come back in from getting food. And also, they would kind of sit out on a branch to protect the other one while they were on the eggs from predators, you know. And it was just so neat to see how nature, you know, animals will take care, or birds, you know, I mean, just taking care of one another. Then you have these idiots setting fires. Stupid. Isn't that the truth, Peggy? I thought the very same thing. I thought, you know, here you see animals that take care of their children and one another. And you see human beings that, I can't even get started. But I mean, yeah, we could take lessons from animals. Oh, Gigi, I know. The pork chops and applesauce. I know, isn't it crazy how they get such a close view of them? You roasted 2 chickens, made soup and sandwiches. Oh, that sounds good. You made a pot of chili yesterday. That sounds good too. I love cornbread with chili. Are you cooking, Sandy? Because for you guys, it's 3:20, right? Back east? Oh, I know, Gigi. Oh, that's what broke my heart, because they were so diligent and never leaving those eggs, never. I mean, there would always be the other one to come sit, plop, and then the other one would say, okie dokie, see you later. And then they'd go out and, go look for some food and then come back, take turns, and they'd shake the snow off of themselves. The other one would get back on them. I mean, those eggs were never left. And I was so hoping that they, would be little babies in there, but there wasn't. That was what was so sad. Are you really making pork chops tonight, Sandy? My grandma used to make good pork chops. She was a good cook. Oh, yeah. They lock into those eggs. You better believe they do. Boy, they are just hunkered down. And then it would show one of them sitting on a branch, just like a beacon, watching. So cute. Yep, 2 of them going now. Both of them going back to get more, to come back and fight. Those are all houses that you're looking at there. But they're not in the line of anything right now. But see how close those houses, look at all those roofs, how close those houses are together. I don't know. Who knows tonight what tonight's going to bring? I just, again, pray to God that those winds don't start to flare up. They keep predicting it, but things can change, I mean, the winds can hopefully not get so intense like they were before. And if that's the case, well, that's a good thing. They have more of a fighting chance. But if they flare up, then I don't know. Enough is enough, right? You're sewing a bathrobe for my son's birthday. The material was on sale. Sandy, is there anything you can do? I swear you remind me so much, and I've told you this many times, you remind me so much of my, she was one of my best friends I grew up with. We knew each other since she was in 6th, I was in 5th when we first met. And we knew each other through all the years. And she's the one at my 50th birthday made me that huge quilt that I have on my wall in the craft room. There is nothing that chick could not do. I mean, I don't care what craft you put in front of her. She could do it, and she could do it with such perfection. And again, I don't care if it was crocheting, knitting, sewing, scrapbooking, toll painting. She did, she had a kill, and she used to do her own, not just pottery, but, anything, to put in a kill. She made porcelain dolls, made the porcelain dolls. I mean, made the faces and everything, and then made the bodies, made the outfits. Sometime I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you some of the stuff that she made, because I have different things that she made me through the years. Anyway, there was nothing she could not do. She was my mentor. I used to go to her house and would craft, and I learned so much from her. And when she passed away, it was very sudden. It was a heart attack and very unexpected. And that was back, she's gone now, gosh, 8 years. But you remind me of her because it doesn't matter what you do. I mean, everything I have ever seen you do is done to perfection. So, I mean, I don't know why I got off on all that. You know, you're making your, you're sewing a bathrobe. But I'm sure, what I guess what I wanted to say is, and I'm sure that will be to perfection. Sandy, get yourself a flippin' channel that's open. You have a channel, open it up. You will be such a word of information for people. Yeah, I'm making pork chops, and then I'm going to go in and sew for a little bit, and then, hey, I think I might do a little scrapbooking, and after I'm done with that, I think I'll get on the Cricut and do... Gosh, that's exactly how she used to be. She made my youngest daughter's flower girl outfit for Tanya's wedding. She used to make wedding dresses too. Yeah, why not? Come on in, I'll make you a wedding dress. Oh, and while waiting, I think I'll whip up some lasagna. She was something else. You have a lot of chickens too. You have a lot of animals, huh, Gigi? Well, thank you, Carla. Thank you. I always appreciate prayers. Yeah, we do need robe picks. So you like to craft too, Gigi? You've been through a lot right now. I'm sure that your mind is not there right now, but you'll start slowly. Things will start to go where you'll want to do that, even if it's just to get your mind off things, you know. But I know, I mean, trust me, I know. But hopefully in time, you'll be able to get the desire to craft. Oh, thanks. You do keep yourself busy. I don't want Sandy to open up a channel. Sigh. No. No pressure, Sandy. I shouldn't do that to her. You swore no new crafts? Who are you trying to kid? Who are you trying to kid, Sandy? Then I got sublimation stuff. We need to do projects. I picked a craft, Nana Patty and I will host. Oh, cool. When are you going to do that? I keep saying I'm going to get StreamYards, and I am going to get it. I am. After all this crap subsides. Oh, you had a fire too, Gigi, with no fire insurance? Oh, God bless you. Oh, I agree, Tobert. You know, when I was pregnant, I'll tell you, when I was pregnant with Jeremy, and Jeremy's 48 now, so that tells you how many years ago, I used to go over and watch Levon. That was my friend, the one that I was just telling you about, reminds me of Sandy. And she was going a lot at the time, and I said, can I just sit and watch you? And this, honest to God. So I'd go over there, we'd have lunch, and then I'd sit there drinking my Dr. Pepper and watching her sew, and it could almost put me to sleep. It was so, she used to look at me and she'd say, well, I'm glad that I'm relaxing you so much as she's doing all the sewing, and I said, it really does. I mean, it was almost like, and I know this sounds weird, but instead of craving food, it was like I would crave to watch her craft or sew because it would relax me so much. So the night before I went into labor with Jeremy, I was over at her house watching her sew, went home, and I remember this vividly, went home and made my pot roast. And I remember really being hungry. I mean, it was like, oh man, they're so good. But I was tired. I was really tired that night. Went to bed. 1 a.m, I woke up in labor, called her because she was going to be at the hospital, and went to the hospital, and all my kids were born at St. Mary's. And there she was. And, but anyway, those are the kind of memories I have with her, but yeah. Hi, Aurora, how are you? I'm not close. I'm like 45. Well, this particular one I've just been showing, that one's probably close to 50 miles from me because it's moving. But the closest was like 45 miles from me. Oh, have you seen that dollhouse? That dollhouse is nuts. Sandy, please, no pressure, but please open up your channel to let us just witness a little bit. Please, a little bit of perfection, please. That's it. I'm going to say another word about it. Not at least for another 10 minutes. I'm teasing. Well, Gigi, that's the thing. I mean, it is a distance. And what my prayer, and I sound like a broken record, I know I do, but my prayer is those winds don't go in the other direction, because it does not take long. It does not take long for it to start spreading. And I'm just praying. I mean, the winds that we saw that started this whole nightmare, we haven't seen in over a decade. The winds that were there were astronomical and not normal. I mean, it was almost like winds were colliding, and that's why they called it a perfect storm. It was a perfect windstorm. Everything was coming in from the ocean, coming from the other areas, and they all came together, and it just, well, it created what you saw. Is that your favorite, Sandy? Is that even more your favorite than your dolls that you made? Hi, Hope 33. How are you doing, Aurora? How's your health, hon? And you know, that's what it's all about, Irene. It's your attention to detail. That's what always. Oh, Azusa. One of my nieces lives in Azusa. Ooh. That's what. That's what I always looked into or looked to when I'm making things, because the little things that make it. And Aurora, I still put out that tree. Sorry, guys, I got to take a drink of iced coffee. I still have and love that little peppermint tree, Aurora, that you got me. I can't remember how you got it. Was it through an auction? Anyway, when I put it up, I always think of you. I'm about 50 miles from this one, Aurora. But I'm wondering if we're supposed to wear masks. They're telling everyone in Los Angeles to wear the mask because you, the stuff that's burning, you can't smell it. and you can't see it, but it's the same stuff they said that causes lung cancer. And they're telling people for the next 7 days to wear those masks. Again, they're talking about Los Angeles, but I'm wondering if we should, that we're in Orange County. Bologna sandwich break. I have to get back to work. Much love. Okay, Gigi, thank you so much. Prayers for you too. Do I have an air purifier in the house? No. It's the wind. It's the wind, Angie. Right away, she looks at the door thinking it's someone. Aurora and I chatted last night for a few hours. It's so nice to catch up. Oh, good. Oh, thank you, Irene. Oh, they were amazing, Sandy. Your attention. Well, maybe Sandy will. Maybe she'll one day, all of a sudden, just surprise us. And we'll turn on YouTube and we go, excuse me? Am I seeing a channel with Sandy's name on it? What would your channel name be? Would it just be Sandy Law, Sandy Law? Loved you too, Gigi. $23,713 acres burned, 17% contained. Think about that. 23,000 acres. Is that her name? Is that what her name's going to be? You go, girl. Irene said, Sandy Law, detailed perfection. Well, you have to let us know, because if you have never been on, it might not alert us. Sometimes at Sandy Law, the trash can gets fed. I have to buy stuff for Meatloaf. See, when I ask what you guys are making and you tell me, sometimes there's certain things that just click and I'm going, ooh, that sounds so good. Okay, I got that. So now Meatloaf's been on my mind. I'll probably do meatloaf and a baked potato, not today, but when I do my grocery shopping. I'll probably do meatloaf, baked potato, and a green salad. Actually, I have some carrots in there, different colored carrots, you know. And I like to put, this is what I do. I like to put butter, fresh butter. When I say butter, I never use margarine. I don't use any, I use butter. And put some fresh rosemary, butter, put the, well, first steam the carrots or put them in the microwave, whatever, and get them to where they're like, well, al dente for carrots, you know what I mean? Where they're not soft, but they're, you know what I mean? And then you put them in that, and then either I will put pink flaked Himalayan, a little bit, and balsamic, or if I don't balsamic, after, you know, you put the rosemary and the butter, a little bit of salt, then I put brown sugar. Oh my gosh, you guys. So good. So good. Oh, I love egg. I used to make eggplant, okay? Eggplant parmigiana. Love it. Well, the kids aren't here anymore, and you don't make just a little bit when you make eggplant, right? The thing is, I'll eat all of it. But when we go to an Italian restaurant, I mean, that's what I want is eggplant, because I don't make it for myself hardly anymore. Once in a great while. But I love eggplant. Oh, pot roast in the Dutch oven. I love roast. Yeah, that glaze sounds good. Glaze. Crap! What the hell? What am I talking about? I'm looking at Tolbert and I'm going, the glaze sounds good. She's talking about the glaze on top. What I wanted to say is the stuffing sounds good to put in it. And then I like the glaze. You got to have that glaze on top. You have to. Do you really, Sandy, eat it like potato chips? Actually, I'd like to make some potato chips. Can you tell I haven't eaten? The winds are picking up. I don't know if you can hear them. They howl. They howl through the fireplace. Hi, Elizabeth. That's what I've heard. Margarine is good for you. Did I miss you earlier, Elizabeth? If I did, I'm sorry. I don't think I saw you scrolling back. All right, I guess I should go. Don't want to, but yeah, food is a good way to distract me. Hi, Elizabeth. Oh, I love homemade butter. Remember, hi, Paisley Lass. How are you, sweetie? Yes, doing okay, Paisley. Just keep me in prayer. All right, well, we'll see how it goes tonight. If anything comes up, I hope it doesn't. I'll let you know. Anyway, all right, guys. Remember, the world's a better place because you're in it. Don't ever, ever forget that. There's only one you, and you bring something to this world nobody else can. Don't ever, ever, ever forget that. Hi, Floor. I'll be sending you stuff, hon. Hi, Muppets. You're almost home. Oh, good. Well, if I go on later, stop by. All right, guys. Love you all.